Hello, everyone. My name is Yewande Olufito. I'm a medical doctor most days, and I'm a gifting strategist. What I do is I help mission and legacy focused female entrepreneurs create impactful gifting experiences for their clients so that they feel deeply heard, seen, and understood. I do this because I'm a huge cheerleader, which correlates with my sacred money archetype. I wasn't too surprised. I hadn't come about that before, but it was just a confirmation because even my name means a mother has come back, and it's usually a nurturing grandmother who died. They have this reincarnation belief in my culture that they name the girl child born in the family, either in the direct family or the extended family. So yeah, and my sacred money archetype is nurturer, connector, and romantic. I wasn't at all surprised, but it just explained a lot of me. And it was a huge sense of relief for me when I did that money archetype quiz.
What I would love to hear from each and every one of you too is thinking about your combination. All of the other archetypes have connections within each other, and this is what's going to be you guys are going to love this in the next round of SMA, because we're really going to look at where each archetype are cousins with each other. But for your particular combination, how is that showing up for you? Yeah, I just want to hear any thoughts about how things are either amplified or you think some things get cancelled out because of your combination, where your challenges could be, kind of even harder sometimes, or if you think there's another flavor of an archetype that kind of brings in to kind of help you.
So in my case, I itemize the things under several topics because the sacred money archetypes was really groundbreaking for me, especially in the last 3 months. So there's the issue of the charging paradox. I know what to charge. However, I'm scared to do it. Or if I do charge it, I throw in everything, including myself, and I walk myself to the bone, in that offering, in the gifts I send out. Then there was the issue of boundaries as well, like setting boundaries with people and teaching people how to treat me because people were so used to me and had taken me for granted of always being available, always being the giving person, or ask you and they, or this. Then there was also like me finding myself in a helping profession that I felt trapped in eventually. Like what I realized about being a doctor, I loved helping people, but I cared more. I was over empathetic. Like my trainer would say, he'll say, "Oh, go to Yewande. She's a doctor who knows the story behind the story." I was that kind of person. I would spend more than the consultation time. So there was a boundaries issue, and there was an issue of always prioritizing people over myself. Then there was an issue of shame. Like Mia said, I was ashamed of my over generosity when I looked at my spending because I realized I was spending on entertaining and giving away money. Every sub story came through me and I was ashamed. And particularly, there was a self forgiveness issue, which is something I'm still working through. At the age of 22 or so, about, I became a billionaire by inheritance. My dad died a long time before I was born, but he was someone that I think was an accumulator because he put things in place for all of us, everything like, but there was a feast and famine issue. There were issue of traditional practices that did not allow us access those things until I was that age. And I became a millionaire, but within 9 months, everything disappeared. And that was because of money mindset issues. And it was so multi-layered because my upbringing wasn't, we weren't poor, but we weren't rich. And I always felt like an outsider. So there was even that inherited family money block that really came into it. So I was giving my money away because I didn't appreciate it or I felt compelled to. Then as a connector, I've always known I was a connector. Like if if I look back on the whole purpose of my life, I say that I think I was born to connect people with people and people with opportunities. And I see that play out in a lot of my business. A lot of the phone calls I help, people still say, "Thank you, you were the one that helped me do this. Thank you for helping me speak to that person." I keep introducing people to people. It has helped me, but I'm always ashamed to say like the people I know. Because for a long time, when I was suffering from comparisonitis. I withdrew from my network of friends. So a lot of my friends have gone on to be multimillionaires. back home, even here abroad. And I withdrew from them because I just felt inadequate. And because of that, I realized that I had to do something. And so with the Sacred Money Archetypes, it showed me where I wasn't maximizing my potential. Then which other thing did I want to say? So when I watched the videos, actually the videos have really, really helped me, because like from December last year, when I had COVID, I sat down and watched those videos. I really I got clear on my business models. So I want to be a serial entrepreneur. I know what type of businesses I want to build, and they are perfectly shaped and aligned to who I am now. So my gifted business is an expression of my creativity, but it's also my nurturing self. So like what I want to offer the kind of entrepreneurs I want to serve is that I want to be their nurturing ally. There are people that probably don't have the time because of the amount of clients they serve, but I want to be the nurturing ally for them and do it in a very creative way. And the next business I want to launch is a membership for professional women and entrepreneurs with ADHD, and to help them with life hacks, because it's something that I really struggle with for a lot of my life. And I know that that place is for me to be a connector and to show up as a curator of experts. So I was really clear about this. It took me so long to figure this out. But when I watched the SMA videos, I nailed it. I said, this is how I have to do my business, and I have to do it aligned with who I am.
I've been asking all the archetype groups too, because this is fascinating. When you go to join a course or a program or working with somebody, what are things that are an easy yes for you, and what are things that turn you off?
Yes. For me, the major turnoff are hard sales, people that try to poach or pitch scarcity mindset, now or never, and people that use the word only. I hate that word. If you want to sell something to me and use the word only, I will never buy it. I don't care what's on the sale page. And the truth is that maybe because of my ADHD, I just skim. I don't really read long sales pages. So I don't have time for that. For me, it's the intuitive energy. It's not just the energy you portray. It's something I want to see that I can relate with you in two ways. Relate with you in terms of the type of person you are. And I tend to move towards people who are easygoing. So that's why I love Denise. And secondly, I want to see that I can relate to the people with whom you've gotten results with. Are they people like me, or are they people that are typically like hard go-getters and all of that? I wouldn't relate to you. I'll probably not buy the course. For me, I usually do like a digital breadcrumbing to see who you are, to get a feel of who you are. And I like what I hear is so important to me. So before I signed on to Money Bootcamp, I'd already bought Get Rich Lucky Bitch. And when I listened to this, I was like, oh, that was that. Immediately I finished the book, I bought Chillpreneur within 48 hours. So I try to, like, I need to hear you talk. As in, for me, it's a thing. I need to hear you talk. I don't read sales pages, like I said, because I'm so acutely aware that there are copywriters that do these things. But the intuitive energy is what works for me. It's just that connection from within and the relatability.
Okay, so here's a question that no one mentioned: giving back. So is it important to you to see that somebody gives back with their business or with their launch?
It's a bonus sometimes, but most times I'm like, I think the CSR thing is still part of the playbook. Like everybody needs to be seen to be giving back. And I try to, forgive me, but I try to connect the personality I perceive with the type of charity they claim they're supporting. So I'm like the other connectors. I'll start researching, and that's another layer of work you're giving me, because I'm trying to see,
Really?
oh, are they really, really matched? Because fundamentally, in my mind, I believe anything people do with their money is their business, even if I'm contributing to their success. It's not, it's not my business. Like, that's what I just think. It's a bonus, but it's just an extra layer of work, because I want to start comparing. I was like, oh, is it really true? Does it go with this person's
Absolutely.
personality? But it's not necessary to me, honestly.
So what if it was then a surprise on the thank you page to say, hey, and we're going to donate, you know, this. I mean, because we always donate for launches, but we don't do it as part of our launch. We don't talk about it really. And it was just a curious hypothesis for me to go, oh, would that be something that you would, especially if your business was geared towards connectors, nurturers, is that something that's just a must do? But it sounds like it's kind of not.
So for me, I have this kind of like black and white thinking. If you're not a social enterprise, it's not necessary to declare that you're giving back, honestly, if you're not a social entrepreneur. And with everything everyone has said as well, the alignment fact. So like now, Denise, if I heard you were giving back to a foundation for single mothers, haven't told your story about your growing up, that would be in alignment and it wouldn't matter, but it doesn't really affect my buying decision. As I said, it's just another layer of, oh, do I have to do another internet investigation to find out what kind of charity this is? But it doesn't affect my buying decision.
So there's so many more questions. Where do I want to go next? Okay, so I would love to hear about your ideal clients, okay? Because I'm a big believer in business. There's no right or wrong business models. There's no right or wrong, you know, clients. There's no right or wrong marketing that you want to do. It's just finding the right fit for you. And sometimes when we start, we don't know, and we're just, you know, either trying to be ourselves and seeing who we attract, or we try and be everything to everyone, which could maybe be a connector, nurturer kind of thing. But like, have you got awareness now of who are your right fit clients?
Okay, so for me, my ideal client for my gifted business box experience will be a 7-figure mission and legacy focused female entrepreneur who is either a coach or a consultant or some form of expert in the personal development space. And she has an established gifting priority, both personally and business-wise. So she's someone that either she has a tribe following, works highly personalized, high-touch one-on-one, or small group services, or hosts retreats, mastermind, where she holds space for people and in a high-touch way. She's someone who also values that human connection. So she's not just about, oh, let's just get something off Amazon. She's someone that values the human connection. She wants people to feel special, but she does not have the time to execute on that. She's not a perfectionist. She's a recovering one. She's fully aligned in her feminine paradigm of self-leadership. Is so important to me. Someone who is that self-aware. She's not a micromanager. In fact, she's someone that's happy to put her feet up and trust that I'll deliver. And for me, it's really important. The mission and legacy focus and high impact female, 7-figure female entrepreneur is very important, because why? She understands that, okay, you know what, if I want to increase my reach, if I want to solidify this journey from success to significance, I can't do it by myself. So is she willing to think outside the box for using gifting as a form of a business strategy that is more attuned to her feminine energy, as opposed to all the marketing tactics, employing more ads, all the vanity metrics? So that's where I come in.
I would love to hear from everyone. What is your last archetype? You know, and you might not know, but you might just intuitively know, because I find we actually get a lot of information from that too. And that can either show up where you need to hire in people for your team. So for me, connector and nurturer are not my highest. So I need to make sure I have customer service people on my team to bring that nurturing energy, right? That's a massive gap.
So my bottom archetypes are equally tied between accumulator and maverick. I knew that from the start. I'm so good at spending money, especially impulse spending. I had to rein in on that. And as I said, sub-story spending, giving away my money to people. I'm always donating something. And so how did SMA really help me? First, it was a huge relief. Like I said, I watched all the videos one night. I didn't sleep. And it just gave me a renewed sense of alignment and direction, that I knew what I was doing. And that alignment, I really needed it, because I needed to block out all the noise on the internet streets and all the rules about business and branding and all of that. And also gave me permission to be the kind of person I wanted to show up to be. Like in my gift business, what I want to be is the background person, like that entrepreneur's secret weapon to which she's going to use to transform her key business relationships. And I always thought that it was a visibility problem. It was a success saboteur issue. It's not. I just want to be in the background and let people shine. I want to be a magic maker for people. And I love that. I'm really so comfortable with that. It has nothing to do with my self-esteem. And I've struggled to come to this place, so accepting that, look, this is who I am. I'm a cheerleader and I want other people to shine. And when I help more people get what they want, I get what I want because my life is flooded with fulfillment. And the other thing SMA really helped me, it was one of the first things that helped me shine light about boundaries, about actually saying no to people and having the grace to offend, because I've always been that person people thought, oh, you are the Mother Teresa, and having the grace to offend. Like at Christmas time last year, what I did, my sister-in-law, I was just recovering from COVID and I had a huge mental fatigue lasting months. It wasn't long COVID, but something similar. And then they were still saying, oh, are we driving by for Christmas lunch? And I was like, I'm just recovering from COVID. And I was like, hell no. And they were like, are you serious? Oh, I guess you must still be so tired. That was the reply to the text. And I was like, what the hell? And she went on and on about it, but I didn't even say anything. And I was so proud of myself. It's a big win for me because previously I was like, oh, okay, can I make something and post it to you? I would post out frozen food to people. Yes, that was me. Yes, that was me. So boundaries, like real boundaries, then systems, understanding about systems, knowing that I'm not a person that will really uphold those systems. I need people in my life to, be accountable to. I need that structure of a scaffolding support, either in the people I hire or my coaches or mentors. I realized I needed that. The other thing I was like, in terms of hiring people, as much as I always want this, one happy family, I knew I needed to hire polar opposites of my personality because I knew I was going to get any work done. I was the kind of person that hired a V and went cold turkey on her. She was like, you have 20 hours left. You paid for that. What are we going to do? And I'm like, also overwhelmed. So those were the things I learned from SMA and how SMA helped.
So, are you a ruler, a connector, or a maverick? Hang on, maybe you're more of a romantic or a celebrity. Take the money personality quiz right now and find out which of the 8 money archetypes you are. And then I'm going to teach you how to profit from your strengths and make money in your business based on your natural personality. Click below and find out more.